Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. Today I'm going to be talking to you about some different newborn essentials. I'm going to let you know or show you some things that I found very beneficial to have for my son, who is, oh my goodness, he'll be 12 weeks this week on Thursday. So he's almost 3 months old. He'll be 3 months old on January 24th. So I'm going to be showing you a few things. I have some things down here spread out to show you, and then I'm going to have to probably go into my entryway so that I can show you a few of his items. So here are a few things that I used for him. So this is very great body wash by Johnson. This is a Cotton Touch scent. I love the smell of this even more so than the normal body wash. This is great. They also have a lotion that is cotton scent, and it is wonderful. So if you want to try these out, these are great to have. If not, the other ones are great too. My baby did end up catching a little bit of a cold, I think. He was sneezing quite a bit for a few days and had a little bit of a runny nose. So I purchased this. So the vapor bath for him. I didn't wash him with this, but I put it in the bath water, hoping that the vapor would help his breathing. Another really cool thing that I found, because I am not a big fan of bathtubs, I don't like baby bathtubs, and I've had 2 other children, and I've used bathtubs for both of them. But what I learned through using those bathtubs is that they're kind of hard, and they're not necessarily newborn friendly. They tend to slide a little bit. And I actually had the one with my last daughter, who's 3 years old now. I bought the one with the sling in it, but even with that, I didn't feel completely safe because I felt like she was going to fall out of it. I didn't feel like it was really secure. So this time I knew I was not buying a baby bathtub. I was considering just putting a bath towel down in the bottom of the tub and laying my son on it to wash him, because I figured that would be more comfortable than a hard baby bathtub. But some people are okay with that, and that's great, but I do not like them. So what I found, and I looked for this on Amazon, is a bath sponge. And so it has like the cutout for the baby, but you just lay the baby down on this in the bathtub, and you can tell it's not really that big and bulky, but it is soft enough for them. So you lay this down in the bathtub, and you run a little bit of bath water to get the baby warm, and wash the baby. Now, this will kind of squeeze a little bit when there's water in here, so you just have to be careful with the head part, that the baby's head doesn't get too far down in there, because you don't want water getting in their ears. But I actually really like this. I still use this for him, and he's almost 3 months old. So this is really great, and it's soft. It's really soft. And he seems to like it. Something else that I've used too for his bath would be this. And my sister-in-law actually gave this to me after she left back home. Her and her family came to visit for Thanksgiving, and she purchased this for her 6-month-old son to use while they were here. And so she gave it to me when she left, and I've been using it occasionally for my son. And it's a little bathtub seat, but you can see that it's like soft, and it has like the head support, and this part will dip down into water a little bit. So I usually fill the bathtub up a little bit so that the water is about right here, so that he's sitting in it, but that is not too much, of course. But this is also soft and comfortable. Another thing, if you are having a boy, you will want to make sure that you have plenty of this stuff. So the hospital did give us some little things, but we use like almost a whole tube on him, on my son, every time we changed him, because he was circumcised, and you have to keep the area lathered in this stuff so that it doesn't hurt them when you change their diaper. You don't want it to get dry, they told us. So you'll probably go through like 2 of these until they're healed if you're gonna have your baby circumcised. Another good thing to have are these baby safety swabs to clean out their nose and their ears, because you don't have to worry like I did if you're gonna dig too far and hurt their eardrums or hurt their nose, because it has the little stopper on the side so that it's not gonna allow you to go in their nose or their ears too far. Another thing that I got, now I was very fortunate. I have some wonderful coworkers, and so they did like they call it a drive-by shower, because I'm a teacher. So every time a teacher is pregnant and has a baby, we all do like a drive-by shower, and each grade level gives diapers and wipes to the mom-to-be. And the admin and the paraprofessionals and the secretarial staff and everyone gives diapers and wipes to the mom. So I was very blessed. I have awesome coworkers, and I received a lot of diapers to help me through most of my maternity leave, actually through all of my maternity leave, which was 10.5 weeks. So they got us through that time, and I still have diapers left that I'll be able to use once he can grow into the other sizes. But I had a lot of the Huggies newborn diapers, and I'm a Huggies fan, although I like the Pampers Swaddlers. These are nice because they have the cutout part for the baby's cord, so you don't have to worry about snagging it. But these were not good for my son, and I don't know why. And my sister-in-law told me that she didn't like these for her son either, because for some reason they keep peeing out of them. So my son would and it fit him perfectly, so it wasn't like it was too small, but he would pee, and the pee would go up and all the way up his shirt, like out of the diaper. The diaper would not be very wet at all. So if you're gonna have a boy, I would caution to maybe buy a small pack of the Huggies newborn diapers, just to see if they're gonna work for your baby or not, or if they're gonna be shooting out of them, because you'd hate to spend all that money on diapers and then they can't wear them because they keep getting their clothes wet. We stopped using the newborn, but I did use these ones, the Huggies little snugglers, and he doesn't wet out of these ones at all. So these work, and then the Pampers Swaddlers size 1, those worked for him too. He didn't wet those either. Another thing that is very beneficial to have is some of the clothing. So I'm gonna set this down really quick so I can show you. Some of the clothing that you might want to have for your baby is these things. They're like little gowns for them, so that when you need to change them in the middle of the night, all you do is take their legs out and lift this up, roll it up all the way, and then change their diaper and just pull it back down like a dress. It's like a newborn dress for a boy, but it's super easy, and I love these things. They will make your nighttime feeding so much better. And by the way, you'll probably hear my 3-year-old daughter in the background. Another great thing are these sleepers. I love these. I do not love the button ones, because when you are getting up in the middle of the night and you are so sleep deprived and basically like a zombie, you are not going to want to have to snap so many buttons. But the zipper ones are excellent, and these ones actually zip from the top to the bottom. These ones are Cloud Island from Target. These are really great, and another neat thing about it, I never had to do this with my 2 daughters, but my son, for some reason, kept scratching his face, so I had to keep his hands covered because I was not prepared for that. I didn't buy him mittens. But these sleepers actually have the covers on the side. So all you do is flip it over, and then it acts as like a little mitten on their hand. So then you don't have to buy mittens. It's already on the sleeper for you. You'll want plenty of these little onesies. I bought a lot of the white ones, and I had some of these. I usually put them underneath his sleepers or by themselves, and you can swaddle them. The cute little pants, which are super easy with the onesies. All you have to do is take these off and then change them. Socks. Now, I bought the, let me see if I can find them for you guys. I want to show you because he has not worn these yet. So these socks are 0 to 6 month. These ones, oh, they're Child of Mine. 0 to 6 month. And I got these from Walmart. They're the Child of Mine brand. And he is, like I said, he'll be 3 months on the 24th. I have not put those on him yet because they're so loose around the ankles that I'm afraid they're going to fall off. So the socks that I do like to use are these because they're pretty tight here. So you don't have to worry about them falling off of their feet. And then these as well. These are like my favorite socks to put on him. And these don't fall off of him either. And I got these from Walmart too. I think they're the same brand. And I may be like a 0 to 3 month. But they're pretty snug around the legs. I told you guys in my last video that I took lots of hats to the hospital. So these are this is one of the same hats that I took to the hospital. It's like a little beanie. And these are great. I had these on him like almost every day because he used to get cold sometimes, especially after a bath, and this helped warm him up. You'll want plenty of these burp cloths. I don't have too much of a problem with him spitting up unless I drink a lot of dairy or eat a lot of dairy or like, and then I have an issue. But more than likely, like, he's good to go. He doesn't have too much spit up. This is going to save you having a binky. Now, these are the ones that the hospitals give. I tried a different pacifier, but he didn't like it too much. This one worked really well for him. So you'll probably want to have some of these. I know some people are afraid to give their babies binkies or don't like to give them to them because of nipple confusion. But I actually introduced all 3 of my kids to bottles early, probably before they recommend that you do it. And it actually made it easier when I went back to work, and I was still breastfeeding them, but I had to give it to them through the bottle because I was at work. They all transitioned very easily without any problems because all 3 of them had pacifiers and all 3 of them had bottles early on in the newborn stage. But this will save your sanity sometimes, because sometimes I know my son, he just likes to suck on something and he's not hungry, and this helps. Plenty of swaddles, of course, and nice warm fuzzy blankets. Sometimes you may not wrap them in these, but it's nice to have something to lay them on so that just in case you're nervous about maybe if their skin is too sensitive for your laundry detergent or something, and laying them on your bed. Another great thing, plenty of towels and washcloths, especially washcloths, because these are very helpful when you need to clean out their mouth and their tongue, because sometimes I know all my kids being breastfed, they get like this thick white coating on their tongue. So just a washcloth will help. I usually wet it with like warm water, and then I'm able to like wipe out his mouth and his tongue off to help with that. If you are breastfeeding, just a quick little tip, and I'm gonna actually do a video on breastfeeding, so I'll be able to talk about this more. But if you're nursing your baby, or you plan to, this is amazing. This is a Haka. And some people, I've heard mixed reviews about this. Some people like it and say it works, and some people don't like it and they say it doesn't work. But this worked for me, especially when your baby is smaller. It helps to have something like this, because my son only nursed on one side for the longest time, and I always felt like the other side like if it was going to be confusion, like I wasn't going to produce enough milk, or if I was just wasting the milk by it going into a nursing pad. But if you put this on before you're let down, you will collect a lot of milk. I think at one point I filled this entire thing and was able to like store 4 ounces in the freezer for when I went back to work. So this is a good investment. I think I only paid like $12 for this. This is a good investment if you're going to nurse your baby, and it can help you start your freezer stash for when you go back to work. Another thing that we had, my husband insisted on buying this for our son, is the Mamaroo. Now, my son does not sleep in this or get in this very often now, but I will tell you one thing. After so long of being sleep deprived and not getting enough sleep, I was so thankful to have it for the 2 nights that I was able to sleep, because I had put him in this and I slept right next to him. My head wasn't even a foot away from him. But I would get up and feed him, and then I would put him in his Mamaroo for a little while, and even throughout the day, so that I could try to sleep, because he liked movement, probably from me working so much, and being a teacher and being pregnant. You're always like go, 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 running around with first graders. And so he liked a lot of movement, so that helped him to stay asleep, and that was probably the best sleep that I got, was having him in his Mamaroo. And then the last thing I'm going to show you, it's going to get loud because my husband is currently watching the LSU and Clemson game, so hold on just a second. I'm going to show you the last thing on the list of the must-haves to have. And so another good thing to have, I'm going to turn the light on because it's not very good lighting in here. Sorry if it's loud. Another good thing to have would be this car seat cover. Now, this is covering the whole entire car seat. So that your baby can sit on, and it's a stroller connected to it. With this for my 3-year-old to stand on, so she can stand on this and ride while I'm pushing the baby in the stroller as well. This zips up, and then there's a net in here that can come down. Oh, my daughter put her scrunchies in there to keep the mosquitoes out in the summer. And of course, head support. So the car seat cover I really like because it is very nice to have in the colder weather. Now, we used to live in Ohio, and when we lived in Ohio, I needed one of those, I don't know what they're called, the car seat covers that almost have like a fleece lining on the inside of them, and the outside is kind of leathery. I had one of those for my 3-year-old daughter when we lived in Ohio and she was smaller. But here, now that we live in Texas, we don't need something that big and bulky, but something nice to cover the car seat, to keep the wind out, because there have been some chilly days and I've been very thankful to have it. I want to say it was down in like the 30s. And I took my baby out and I would check him in the car to make sure he stayed warm, and he was nice and toasty. So that is a wonderful thing to have, and it zips down in the front so that if you need to get access to your baby, you can just zip it and get him or her and take them out without a problem. Those are wonderful, and they cover the entire car seat, and it's almost like they're the material that they're made of makes it snug around the car seat, so you don't have to worry about it falling off. So those are my must-have newborn baby items. If you can, and if you will, I'd appreciate it if you would hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.